Hey, my friend, if it seems like everything in your life's going wrong, just take a minute and congratulate yourself. If you're out of money, congratulate yourself. If you're feeling heartbroken because they broke up with you, congratulations. If you're feeling lost, congratulations for that too. And I know that kind of sounds strange, but it's actually good news. So let me clarify how this works in my personal story, right? It's crucial that you understand that your stresses, these disruptions, these crappy things that are happening, they're actually a necessary part of you attaining the life that you've been wishing for. So forgive me for smiling, because I know it sounds crazy when I'm saying these bad things are actually good, right? Because you're asking, like, why does it feel like my life is falling apart, and why does it have to fall apart for it to get better if these things are good? Why do I have to be heartbroken and alone and dumped and be cheated on to meet my special someone? Why do I have to lose friends or close relationships to get the right ones? Why do I have to stress about paying my bills before I can get the cash flow to buy what I really want? Why do I have to be jobless and struggling to get the career or business opportunities that I dream of? And I'm not a guru, and I'm not God. So I suggest you don't ask me the why question, because I don't make those rules of why it's like this. You gotta talk to the big guy upstairs. But I can tell you that these things need to happen for your life to change, for your thinking to change, and for you to change. But I just invite you to keep in mind that these changes aren't negative. So let me just explain from my firsthand experience, right? Before I met the love of my life, the mother of my children, my wife, my best friend for the last decade plus, I got dumped by someone else. We went from spending Christmas together to her moving to the other side of the world with another guy in a matter of weeks. And I was depressed, and I was angry, and I was confused, and I was asking, why is this happening to me? This sucks. And then one night I had this really clear voice, and it spoke to me, and it was telling me all the reasons that I was actually upset. The relationship was distracting me from my own issues. I didn't have any goals. I didn't have any money saved. I was in the worst fitness and shape of my life, right? Like, nothing was working for me. So no wonder she didn't want to be with me, right? And that failed relationship changed my life. I started going to the gym every day. I got in the best shape of my life. I set my first career goals. I saved my first money. I started my first business, and I was finally happy. And I didn't need a relationship. And then, boom, out of nowhere, I met Ashley. Somebody literally pushed us into each other to introduce us when she was in town for just 48 hours visiting her dad, and the rest is history. So I learned that life wasn't happening to me. It was happening for me. But it didn't just happen that way when I met the love of my life. Actually, when I made my first $1 million, the same thing happened. One of the worst financial situations of my life ended up making me a multimillionaire before I turned 30 years old. And I'll tell you that story in just a minute, but first I just want to say, I invite you to look at my relationship story, to look at your own life, and see that all of these problems that you're facing are actually part of a bigger transformation. Now, what do I mean by that? Those problems aren't here to break you. They're here to shape you. Your energy in your life is undergoing a transformation. Because of the job that you got fired from is a sign that your energy is changing. You just may not realize that it's changing for the better yet. The truth is that when you wish for big things in life, when you wish for the best, when you have big goals, when you want your dreams to hear you, it can feel like they don't hear you because you feel stuck. And I can assure you that your dreams do hear you, but you're not ready for them yet. So first, life is forcing you to change, to get ready and get prepared, because when bad things happen, the universe, aka God, is conspiring for your highest and best good. Like I said, I actually made my first $1 million out of the worst thing that ever happened to me. So I had just gotten back from my wife and I on a 4-month book speaking tour where I was selling my books on a big music tour called Vans Warped Tour. And on the last day, I lost our backpack with over $15,000 in savings that we made from the book sales. And so we were out of options. And I lost our money. And I hired a big speaking consultant that promised if I paid him, he'd teach me how to get colleges and high schools to buy a bunch of my books and then pay me to give inspirational speeches. And then I'd be big and successful, right? So I had just lost my profits from the summer selling my book. I was down to the very end of my savings account. And then I paid him and he took off with my money. And I had officially gotten scammed. And then one night I was super angry and I was really depressed and I couldn't sleep. And I stumbled on a video from a guy that was teaching people how to become a successful YouTuber back in like 2013. And he offered to give me a strategy on how I'd become a big YouTuber. And only 6 months later, I had my first viral video, and 12 months later, I was making $30,000 to $40,000 a month in profit, which was more than I was making annually just a year before. And I was only 24 years old, and then things just got bigger and bigger. And I want to admit, it was super hard, right? I felt like everything was falling apart. And it was one of those things where like, I'm struggling, and I had one thing that could get me out of this mental hole. And I would listen to a success hypnosis that I created for myself every single day to just make sure I didn't let it totally overwhelm me and mentally paralyze me. And I give away that free success hypnosis so you can listen to it for a few minutes a day and get rid of those limiting beliefs and bad thought patterns that want to make you give up and they want to keep you stuck. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. About 1 million people from all over the world have used it. This is a super important key if you're in that place where you want to give up, you're losing confidence, the money's not there, the success isn't there. So get my free success hypnosis down below. You can open the tab, but don't listen to it now because this is super important what I'm about to say. So what I want to do is invite you to consider that transformation takes time and it often involves discomfort. And unfortunately, most of the biggest shifts that we make in life come through pain. But it doesn't have to be painful 24/7, right? If you know that life is happening for you, not to you, then you can see the meaning in those challenges. You know that the universe isn't here to break you. It's actually shaping your life into a new and better version, and you can't see it right now. So with that mindset, you can let go of some of that stress and trust the process. So I invite you to just use this mantra if you're in that place. The universe is guiding and directing me to greater and greater success. The universe is guiding and directing me to greater and greater success. You can comment that down below and send that out into the universe. The universe is guiding me to greater and greater success. Because honestly, all I'm saying is there's a reason that you've been led to this point. So don't give up and miss out on this opportunity because what you're going through is a huge sign you're about to be blessed in a major way. So congratulations if your life is falling apart or it feels like it. Because soon you're going to be at an all new level. So take a deep breath, hang in there, pat yourself on the back, tell yourself, congratulations! Everything sucks, which means everything's going to be great, right? The peace, the excitement, the relationships, the house, the car, the money, all the things that you desire are about to come to you in a bigger way than you can possibly imagine. So I invite you to just repeat this over and over. I believe in the good things coming. Shout out to Nako. I believe in the good things coming. I believe in them. The bad things are happening to make space for something great. So thank you for watching today's video and being here. If you enjoy it, hit the like button on it, send it out into the YouTube universe. Let me know you enjoyed it. Be sure you get my free success hypnosis. It's pinned to the comments and in the description. Right there down below, it's jakeshypnosis.com. It's super crucial that when these bad things are happening, you don't allow your thoughts in your mind to get brainwashed by the outside world. For instance, if things are going bad financially, you don't want to let your mind start to get controlled by that. Because if you start thinking at the level of your environment and you start going, oh man, I'm broke, I'm this and I'm that, then you're going to stay stuck there until you learn the lesson because the lesson repeats until we learn it. Same thing with relationships, right? If it hadn't worked, you go, man, there's no right women left. There's no good guys left. All the good ones will always be alone, right? Why? Don't allow your mind. It may be happening, but it doesn't have to happen to you and in your own mind. So the key is to start to train and brainwash your own mind for success before it arrives in the physical world. So get my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. And if you enjoyed this video, click here to watch another.